This is history. History with a Z. What are you surrounded by in your daily world? That's right, history. But this show isn't about boring history like the suffragette movement and other periods that don't involve violence. No, that's why we've spelt it with a Z. This is the history of games. First in the series, Tomb Raider. Imagine you're at a dinner party somewhere in the home counties or North London. You turn to the diner on your left and inquire as to where he's summoned. Imagine your surprise when he turns out to be a woman. A woman who scales pyramids, fires a gun without flinching, and washes herself in streams. 15 years ago, this person would have been Germaine Greer. But today, it's Lara Croft. Tomb Raider Underworld picks up from where the previous installment left off. Lara finds herself trapped in what first appears to be Mayan ruins. But as she progresses through the levels, we realize that she is in fact trapped in the car park of the Warrington branch of IKEA. Throughout, Croft must negotiate tiresome employees, some of whom are only Saturday staff, and build giant flat-pack tables with only hieroglyphic instructions etched on the walls of caves as a guide. Believe it or not, the setting for Tomb Raider was originally an office, but when Sony heard about this, they urged the developers to think bigger. The developers returned with a new pitch. This time, they'd set it in a really big office with at least 8 photocopiers, the size of a provincial branch of Staples, for example. Perhaps, if they had the money, the main branch of Staples. No, said Sony, think bigger. The developers said, what about space? Think smaller, said Sony, but still big. A big office, came the reply. No, that's the same, said Sony. Yes, you're right, said the developers, we already said the office. Finally, it was decided that Tomb Raider would be set in a direct replica of the Aztec zone from the TV show The Crystal Maze. That done, it was time to settle on a character. A month of focus groups told the designers that what the public needed was a posh woman with 2 guns and massive tits. Immediately, the team sprang into action. They cast aside their early drawings of an elderly male dwarf with an inverted nipple and sought inspiration. Luckily, it came closer to home than they expected. A German girl on work experience called Lara Croft had the perfect look and thankfully didn't speak enough English to know what they were discussing. Once again, the team sprang into action. They spent £38,000 on silicone breast implants, first on her, then on themselves, before it was discovered that they didn't need to create implants in real life. They could simply add on big breasts in the drawings. These were the pioneering days of animation, of course. Before that, giving a whole design team artificially large breasts was the norm, which explains the high mortality rates in the cartoon studios of the 80s, especially on the set of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. See you for more history. History with a Z.